Hello to Chicopee, Massachusetts, and we're in the Maple Grove Cemetery. We're going to look at the last quadrant, so part 4 of this beautiful cemetery. Check out all the other parts. This part we're going to go towards a part where the potter's field is, and also a part where a young boy was put surrounded by a tight metallic fence. And we're going to see a lot there, and I hope you appreciate it. Okay, get it. Okay, so you can see on both sides very, very old gravestones. This cemetery is from about 1838, I believe. And it became the location for the Potter's Field section of Chicopee. Chicopee came in existence 1848, and the government started using it for the burials of people that could not afford to be buried. All right, you see very few gravestones in this area over here. And this is part of the Potter's Field. Some of the stones were added later. And this part is even bigger. This very large section. This is a Potter's Field. And what's down here are burials without stones. And you can see once in a while they have stones, but in between not. And in here was lots of burials, especially of little children, because 120 years ago, 150 years ago, the most likely situation was in a city, a mill city like Chicopee, there'd be lots of diseases, and the young children would get these diseases. So all this empty space is really filled in. Okay, I'm going up an internal roadway. And what do we see here? We say an enclosure. All right, and the tombstone says Leroy, L-E.R-O-Y, Leroy. It says on the base. It says it on the obelisk, memory of Leroy, and then I think it says Gamot. There's stones next to it. Right, I don't know if they're the same family, but they're very close into it. Some of those have footstones still. You can see behind the footstones. Now, what is this Leroy doing in such a tight fenced area? We'll go around the back. You can see the top of the obelisk is on the ground. Around the back, if you clean it up, you'll get to see Leroy twice more on the back there. Okay, and a tight fence around it, all the way around. And what I believe happened, they were trying to thwart grave robbers. And when they do that, they make a wrought iron fence tightly around the grave, so it's hard for grave robbers to get into there and start to dig. And this was far away from many medical schools, so I don't know why this was done. This is very rare in Western Massachusetts because there are no medical schools around. So I don't know why it was done. But it's very fascinating to see, right? And on the four corners, you have these ornamental structures. Only one of them is still complete. The others are mostly taken out. Okay, so we saw a Potter's Field with a lot of paupers buried there. You see a zinc gravestone here. All right, and if you want to see the very old burials, they're also back here. Remember, 1838 it was made, 1853 is a John Crunk. right? And it's fascinating old burial stones like this one. And of course there's family sections also. And so the last thing I'll show you is there's a family section here with columns around it and some chain. Most of it's gone, but there's two big tablets still upright and there's one smaller one falling down. Right. So I hope you enjoy your stay here today. Remember to go to the Chase gravestone, which is another stop, and look towards the front with a lot of family burials there. And then look at a lot more of the families that are buried around, especially around in that corner over there, next to the two schools that are around this area. So you'll catch almost everything of importance.